Okay, now that you have your data recorded, so let's go here to Excel. You have your data recorded for the first pair cam. What we're going to do is we're going to go into Inventor, and I have already actually edited mine, but we're going to go into Inventor and we're going to edit the dimension of this particular, or of the pair cam. So if I go down to where the pair cam is at and I open the extrusion, you can see there's my sketch. We will double click on the sketch, and then you'll make some adjustments to the pair cam dimensions. And so what we'll want to do is we'll want to change the nominal diameter. So originally we used for the graph here, for the table, we use 1.5, but then as we come down to the bottom, we want to look at the data for a different size. So I would recommend doing 3 inches nominal diameter, so that when we go back, that would change this. This one's supposed to be 1/2 D. This is supposed to be 1/4 D. And this one is supposed to be 1/2 D. Now, I'm not using those dimensions, as you can see, because I want my data to be different than yours so that you can't just copy my chart. So go ahead and edit the size of your cam so that we can now go through the same process and record a second graph, or second motion graph, and then we're going to take the information that we obtained from those 2 graphs to generalize and basically create an equation of the data. So, and that equation, what that's going to let us do, using this chart right here, is that's going to say, like, okay, what I need my custom automata, I need the follower to go up a certain distance. So if it's going to go up a certain distance, what is the nominal diameter that is going to be required? And so that's what that equation will help us to figure out here. So we'll walk you through that. Alright, so here I have the data for my first one, and then I have actually already gone through the same process of editing this pair cam, going through all of the different angles, and then doing the measurement from the shaft to the top. And so I've gone through and I've gotten all of my data points already. And so what that looks like is this right here. And so we have the data for the first one is here. I have the length of the follower just kind of in the middle, and then after I edited the size of the cam, I collected the data again. And so now I have all this information with the first nominal diameter was 1.5, and then the second one I changed it up a little bit, so that's actually not even correct there. But that's what it's going to look like there. So now we're going to graph these two, and graphing it is actually quite easy. So we're just going to highlight, making sure that we get all of our text in here as well. And then we're going to go to the Insert tab. We're going to go to a scatter plot, but we'll do the drop down, and we'll do a scatter plot with smooth lines. And then we can grab this and move this off to the side. And so what you see here is for the yellow, that is my my new cam, my bigger cam, and this is the top of the follower. So you can see that it's about 5 inches when it's at its lowest point, and then it goes all the way up to 5.838, comes down, and then the blue, the height of the other follower, that would be my 1.5 nominal diameter. You can see that its maximum height is 5.088. So we're able to see this is the top of the followers, the yellow and the blue, and then this is the bottom of the followers, so the blue and the orange, and they correspond. Obviously there are 3.5 inches difference between the top and the bottom because my follower is 3.5 inches long. So that's the motion graphs. And then the next part is really quite simple. I'm going to go over to the activity, and I'm just going to copy, let me get out of this here. I'm going to copy this whole chart, if this will let me here. There we go. I just want to copy that, and I'm going to go to Excel, and right down here under this other chart or table, paste that in. And since you guys are only going to do, say, 2 and 2.5, 2 and 2.5, we're going to go ahead and move 3 down to here. And we're just going to record what was the maximum displacement with the 1.5. So I can just look here in the graph or in the table that we drew. So at 180, that's my highest number for the 1.5 nominal diameter. So we'll put that right here, 5.088. And then the height of the follower for the second one, the larger cam, looks like the highest displacement I achieved was 5.838. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy this, and we're going to go to Insert, and we'll do scatter plot again with smooth lines. And what this one does is, this one you'll notice just looks like a linear graph. And the linear graph, again, just represents, so basically as the nominal diameter increases, then the displacement increases. And so we could be able to figure out, like, oh, I really need 5.5 inches from the shaft center to, you know, have like an arm raise on a little custom, or maybe it's you're going to lift a lever up and it needs to be up at 5.5 inches from the center of the shaft. So I could go here, I could figure out what that is, and then my nominal diameter would be about 2.35, 2.4 at most to achieve that 5.5 setup there. So we're going to go ahead and figure out the actual equation for this. So if you click on this line now and you right click, you can add Trendline, and then what that's going to do is that's going to give you the options over here. So if I scroll down, you can display the slope equation, and that slope equation again is going to be y is equal to 0.5x plus 4338. Your equation will be different. And so now I can just plug the numbers in. I can say, well, I need to get 6 inches. So I would say 6 equals 0.5x plus 0.4338, and I could solve for x, and I could get my nominal diameter of the cam that I would need. So we're just going to place this down right here. You're going to get a screenshot of the entire data set here, and you're going to put that screenshot in this particular activity. So if you want to put that somewhere in here is fine for all of it, and then you'll need to answer the conclusion questions. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be around to help.